And number 3, GUD.
GUD. This is
Cars and parts.
This is currently my favourite idea in the small cap category.
Right.
I have lots of good ideas typically in it, but this is arguably my best idea at the moment. Now, what is GUD? It is basically an aftermarket auto parts supplier. So typically that's went into the wholesale channel, so into the likes of Supercheap Auto, Babcor, the likes of Repco, for example. It's really played into that tradie and mechanic channel. So people, if they want to think about GUD, they might think about Ryco filters, for people who like to fiddle with their cars, Westfield filters, VWI is more about lighting and engineering. These are some of the categories that they've had and that they've played with and played into the market with over many years. That really is the old GUD, so it's really a very, very boring, sort of lowish to medium growth, very stable, very defensive. So that's not bad, but not really a high multiple type business, and people haven't been prepared to pay a high multiple for that sort of business in the past. But what I really like about the business is the fact that it's evolving away from just being that boring, stable aftermarket auto parts into auto accessories, into four-wheel drive, into SUV. So think about ARB Corp that trades on 40 times earnings, as opposed to the old GUD that trades on 12 to 13 times earnings. So what they've done recently is make two very strategic acquisitions, in my view. One is a acquisition called Vision X, which is basically engineered lighting solutions. So think about your four-wheel drive and your undercarriage lighting on your four-wheel drive or your side lighting. These are quite sophisticated and innovative type categories. You think, oh, it's only lighting, but there's quite a bit of nuance to it. And so that's a recent acquisition they made, which gives them a global footprint as well. So it's not just about dominating niches, and lighting is certainly a niche. They can start to dominate these types of niches domestically. It also gives them an entree into offshore markets as well. And why that's exciting is because, for example, they have a business called Brown & Watson, which is also into lighting, also into SUV and four-wheel drive accessories. They can start to cross-sell across the different businesses. And there actually is already some overlap between customers with Vision X who do sell into Australia currently, and BWI, for example. So there's a real opportunity to cross-sell across different customer bases and to start to sell different products in different markets. So they've got their foothold in offshore opportunities, which I think is very exciting. What's even more exciting is their last acquisition, which they made just very recently, which is the Auto Pacific Group acquisition, which was, in my view, a very company-changing definition. And that really gives them the opportunity to move into the OEM channel. So if you think about
SUVs,
what sells well in Australia, you think about the Toyota Hilux, you think about the Ford Ranger, typically
they're
in the top
everywhere.
Top 2 or 3 selling vehicles every month when the VFAC data comes out. They've got opportunity to sell accessories into those two particular models. So think about nudge bars, tow bars, towing equipment. That APG acquisition gives them the opportunity to sell into that Ford Ranger. So there's a new Ford Ranger model coming out potentially late this calendar year or early next financial year. That's going to be a great opportunity for them to move into that OEM channel, start to sell more products into the OEM channel, start to sell more of what they already sell elsewhere into that OEM channel, and really become a key supplier into the likes of Ford and Toyota. And I think that's a really transformational for this business. It's only trading on 12.5 times. It's got a dividend yield of 5% plus. I think the management team there are very good, very understated, but very capable, very good management team.
And as you say, ARB's 40 times.
That's right.
That's
this thing's
a huge
on 12
gap.
and a half
Yeah.
times. Look, I'm not saying it's the same as ARB. It's a journey to get there, but I think it's certainly on its way. There are some, I guess, proof of concepts that they need to establish and establish that integration of the business and so forth. But I think this is a great opportunity to buy what's an improving quality business at a very compelling valuation. It's far and away my best idea at the moment.